I learned early na parang I can't focus on my limitations.
Yeah.
Kasi if you think about the limitations, there are a lot of limitations.
Yeah.
And there will always be limitations. Kahit mayaman ka na.
Totoo.
Kahit anong position mo sa buhay, kahit na-reach mo na yung gusto mo ma-reach, there will always be limitations to get to where you want to be. Importante when you're pursuing something na yung why.
Why?
Why? Why are you doing this? Who are you doing it for? 'Di ba? What do you give to the community? Kasi pag bata ka, alam mo yung parang lahat posible sa'yo eh. Grabe imagination mo eh. It's just amazing that it's become a reality.
Ang mga susunod nyo pong mapapanood ay ang aking pakikipagtalakayan kasama si Micaela Carranza o mas kilala bilang Mimi. Isa pong singer-songwriter. Paalala lamang po, may iba't iba po tayong talento, perspektibo, tungkulin at pamamaraan dito sa mundo. Ang mahalaga po ay parating pag-ibig ang ating pairalin at katotohanan ng lagi nating hanapin. May masasabi po kaming mga mali at mga opinyong hindi kayo sumasang-ayon. Piliin po muna sana nating umintindi at umunawa bago humusga. Pawang 2 tao lamang po kami na nagkikwentuhan at sinusubukang magkaroon ng isang makabuluhang usapan. Bago po muna ang lahat, pakipindot po muna ang like at subscribe button bilang suporta. Mga minamahal na kapatid, ako po si Baste, and this is Epic. Mimi, magandang umaga. Maraming salamat sa pagpapaunlak mo sa invitation ko na mag-guest ka dito. Si Mimi po, isa sa mga kaibigan natin sa indie music at sa personal na buhay. Isa sa mga kaibigan namin na nakakasama kong mag-produce ng mga kanta at saka makapag-jamming, gano'n. Mimi, punta na kaagad tayo sa unang-unang tanong. Para maset lang yung pace. Yung industriya ng music sa Pilipinas, sobrang, it's kind of a hard industry. Medyo mahirap na path siyang tinatahak. Pero, ang dami pa rin musikero na ginagawa yun. Para sa iyo, Mimi, what is the greatest benefit of being a musician ba?
Oh wow, okay. Greatest benefit of being a musician or an artist. Sa akin, sa experience ko, it's the people I meet. Yun. Kasi parang, I think the job I have has led me to people that I needed in my life pala. Na, like honestly, I have so much to heal from in my life. Like all the way back from my childhood. And sad to say that a lot of those things or answers that I needed, I couldn't find it at home. And I feel like I found it through the people na nami-meet ko through music, especially the supporters or like just the especially the young ones that I meet. You'll be surprised how much you learn from them. Like yun, baka kumari may makakita ako na kaedad ko na ganito siya mamuhay. Sobrang different naming mamuhay. Tapos parang nakakita ko yung mindset nila, the way they approach life and everything. Parang yung mga bagay na yun na hindi ko natutunan sa household ko, natututunan ko sa kanila. So, para siyang libreng school.
Totoo.
School of life, actually. Basically.
Tsaka kasi, ang mga musikero, ibang klaseng character din sila. Kaya talagang ang dami mo talaga mapupulot. Kasi ang mga artist, ibang karakter talaga sila.
Yes.
Kumbaga, sobrang kakaibang tao ng mga artist. Kahit sa Tiny Bar, no? Tsaka nakakatuwa kasi, na yung community ng musicians. Pag tumutugtog kayo, ibang klaseng connection yung ginagawa nyo pagka tumutugtog kayo.
Yes.
Hindi siya yung parang mere na parang normal interaction sa ibang tao na parang, napaka-importante rin. Pero ang music kasi, something magical yung ginagawa nyo pagka pagka tumutugtog, nagja-jamming, nagko-collaborate. So yun nga, sobrang fulfilling na mga relationships na nakukuha natin sa music no. Pero atras naman tayo ng onte. May naaalala mo ba yung unang-unang kantang natutunan mo?
Unang kanta natutunan ko. Mahilig. Alam ko na. First song kay Aiza Sigera.
Uy,
yung idol ko yun sobra. Oh my gosh. Hello po. Yung pagdating ng panahon. Yan, sabi ng mommy ko, 3 pa lang ako kinakanta ko na yun. Yun. Tapos yun doon pa ulit-ulit lang sa karaoke, yun lang kinakanta ko.
Kaya pala si Mimi po, pag narinig siya kumanta, very emotional din siya kumanta.
Yes.
Gets ko na kung bakit.
Yeah.
Tsaka
yung roots
mabanggit ko lang, si Aiza Sigera po talaga, para sa akin, one of the most impactful na musician sa akin.
Yes, sobra.
Pagka tinatanong ako, kunyari kasi di ba rockista ako, di ba? Pero pag tinatanong ako, sino mga influences mo? Laging unang-una kong binabanggit din si Aiza Sigera. Kasi si Aiza Sigera nga, talagang pure musician siya na parang I don't care about the flair of musicianship.
Mhm.
Puso
Yeah.
na parang kahit wala kang pinagdadaanan, hindi ka malungkot pag narinig mo kumanta si Aiza Sigera, talagang
Yeah.
kumbaga malulungkot ka or ano man gusto niya iparamdam
Tsaka
sa'yo.
ramdam na ramdam.
Mm.
I think it's because lagi siya nagpe-play with
Mm.
a guitar, tas
Totoo.
vocals. So parang yung rawness nung pakiramdam.
Totoo.
Basta iba-iba. Iba
Sobrang iba
hanggang
si
ngayon
Aiza, oo.
Hanggang ngayon kapag pinapanood ko yung mga videos niya, sobrang idol. Like when kapag kailangan kong bumalik kung bakit ko kumbaga yung execution na dumidikit sa akin, pag kailangan kong balikan yun,
Mm.
pinapanood ko lang siya.
Si Aiza.
Kung paano siya mag-communicate with the audience. Kasi lagi lang siya naka-close ng eyes eh.
Oo, yun nga.
Pero like, nararamdaman mo yung kaluluwa
Totoo.
sa
Totoo.
pagkanta.
Yun
Galing.
din Yun nga, para siya, puso talaga eh. Parang yun ang maganda kay Aiza, puso talaga na, ako sa totoo lang, kadalasan, bihira mabanggit si Aiza Sigera pagdating sa music industry. Pero, sobrang deserve niyang mabanggit palagi kasi sobrang, yun nga, parang kung may tuturing man ako ng mga sobrang true musician sa industry, parang si Aiza talaga yung
Totoo.
sobra. Pero punta naman tayo, kasi nagsusulat ka ng kanta at
Yes.
maraming musician na hindi nagsulat ng kanta or hindi nagsusulat ng kanta. Ako late na ako natuto magsulat ng kanta. Ikaw, ilang taon ka naman natuto magsulat at paano?
Magsulat? Siguro, kung pagsusulat ng lyrics ba or paggawa ng any.
Oo, any kahit.
Kasi nung high school ako, nag-start ako mag-theater eh. So, sa theater, lagi, parang madalas sa music talaga ako naka-assign. So, parang, I don't know, yung process ko started with, usually kasi may nagsusulat na for me.
Gets.
May nagsusulat na ng everything and then I just arrange. And then siguro
mas nauna ka nag-arrange?
mas arrange. So, parang na-practice yung utak ko na mag-isip ng arrangement ng sound depending on the direction given to me or what the specific scene asks for, ganon, or kung ano yung based dun sa perspective ng character, objectives ng character, ganon, parang yun. So parang feeling ko kaya rin ako natuto maging empath, ganon.
Kasi
dahil dun sa
nilalagay mo yung
trabahong.
sarili.
Kasi you have to step into the shoes of a certain character or persona to understand or to be able to, para ma-produce mo yung tunog na accurate sa pakiramdam na dapat maramdaman ng manonood. Ganon. Tapos yun, siguro parang pa lang ako, 15, ganon.
15?
14, 15, ganon na yung practice ko. And then, after nun, parang, after a few years na ganon, tsaka lang ako start na parang, try ko kaya magsulat ng sarili ko na tungkol naman sa nararamdaman ko. And at first, it didn't come ng smooth. Parang I really had to, I've always been into journaling. Doon siya nag-start na parang, kasi it's a process to be able to be, parang comfortable expressing yourself.
Yeah.
Like, even if you're just alone, sometimes it can get uncomfortable just being real and, alam mo yun, just being real with what you really feel. It's hard. It's hard to do that. And siguro parang ilang years din akong practice na totoo lang ako sa sarili ko when I write. Like, that notebook is where I can really be honest about, like, even the ugly stuff, Like, of course, we were young. We make mistakes and all the ugly stuff, nandun siya. And then, I just look at it and then, after no naging comfortable na ako, minurge ko na with music. And, ayun, nagustuhan ko yung feeling na, ang liberating niya.
Totoo. Parang may bagong mundong nabubuksan pagka gumagawa ka rin ng kanta na parang, wow, ganito pala yung pwedeng gawin.
Yeah, kasi, and I notice, I mostly write about things that scare me, things that hurt my heart, gana, or for most artists,
vulnerabilities.
Parang kumbaga yung vulnerabilities ko, and I realize na the more I write about it, it has less control over me.
Yeah.
Kumbaga I set it free. And the good thing also is that when other people hear it, they feel heard. Kasi parang these are the things na mahirap sabihin eh. Pero pag may nagsabi kasi for you, parang, ano yun? I needed that. Ganon. So parang yun. Yun siguro yung favorite part ko ng songwriting.
Yun ang masaya sa pagiging musikero, no? Na kumbaga na meron kang kumbaga or gift or power na yung mga ibang tao ay merong magiging emotional impact sa ginagawa mo. I mean,
Oh, yes.
napakasarap na trabaho ng ganun.
Yes. It's such an honor, honestly, to have this yung opportunity to just do this as for a living. Yan, parang everyday gumigising pa din ako na parang wow, gano'n na nung grade 5 ako sinasabi ko, magkukulong ako sa kwarto ko, piano lang ako. Tapos sabihin ko sa sarili ko na, ay ini-imagine ko na ito yung end ng stage. Tapos dinidream ko lang na sana, possible kaya na gawin ko to for a living, ganun. Tapos parang ang crazy lang na eto na siya.
Ginagawa mo na.
Reality na siya. And I know it's gonna get better. You know, it's only gonna get better from here, like with the guidance and everything.
Tsaka naalala ko po kasi parang ilang years ago ba, mga 4 or 5 years ago ba? Na dati po kasi may day job pa si Mimi. Tapos talagang naalala ko yung moment na sinabi niya sa amin na full-time musician na siya. Tapos ngayon, years later, oo nga. Sa totoo lang, grabing tapang para i-risk mo lahat para sa music. Kasi, di ba, I mean,
talaga.
it's a very tight.
Yeah.
Kasi sobra talagang para piliin mo na mag full-time musician, ibang tapang at ibang paniniwala talaga sa sarili yung kailangan.
Totoo. I think I was able to do it naman because of the people around me, of course. Parang, syempre, may mga tao sa paligid ko na they helped me see that it was possible. And I will always be grateful for that, of course. Na, kaya nila. So, kaya ko din.
Yun.
Parang ganun parang, ito pala yun. Like, parang yung brain ko kasi usually, parang even as a child, like, pag mayroon akong gusto, agit ako. Like,
kailangan
paano ba yun? Like, paano ba ito? Tapos parang, for some reason, the universe always brings me people who will show me how. And then, mag-a-adapt na lang ako na, ganito. Tapos, when I get into something, parang, siguro I don't know if it's the ADHD na, alam mo yun na parang, alam mo yun na lock in, pag lock in. Ganon. May ganon akong stuff.
Hyper-focus.
Hyper-focus. Kaya parang, pag when I lock in on a goal na gusto ko to, ganon.
Lalagyan mo talaga lahat ng energy mo.
Lalo na pag nakita ko na yung basics. As in, basics lang kailangan ko. Parang, just show me how to start. Because doon ako medyo coward ako doon, honestly, with starting. Especially when it's like completely unknown for me. May ganun, work on ko pa yun na nakakatakot kasi siya. Pero yun, kaya yun, sobrang grateful ako na I was blessed with people na encourage ako and na-inspire ako to get into this for real.
Ang ganda na sinabi mo, no, yun nga, yung belief na kung kaya nung iba, kaya ko rin. Kasi parang, yun nga minsan, may mga nakakasalubong ako tao na parang, yung sasabihin, hindi kasi sila ganyan. Kasi sila ganyan, kaya ganyan. Na kumbaga, para bang porket may na-achieve yung isang tao na para sa atin mahirap, parang imposible na, para may mga taong tinitignan na, hindi, imposible to kasi may certain privilege siya, may certain ganyan siya. Pero parang yung the mere belief na kung kaya niya, kaya ko rin. Na iti-take mo yung bagay, yun nga, yung kung ano man yung meron sila as inspiration rather than competition or para bang, parang, hindi competition or para bang rason para mapanghinaan ka ng loob. Kung iti-take mo siya as inspiration, ang dami mong kayang i-achieve. Kasi lahat naman talaga tayo, tao lang So parang lahat yan, may ginusto lang na bagay, hinahabol nila yun.
Pero alam mo, I also understand that perspective. Kasi syempre, I also came from poverty. As in, poverty, like, I experienced not having anything to eat. Ganun. Kasi I left our home early. Parang, I think I can talk about this kasi okay lang naman. Anyway, I left our household early kasi because, ayun, it was a household with some sort of abuse and I wasn't comfortable with it because, yun nga, parang I wanted something really good for myself. And so, I left as early as I turned 18, move out na talaga. And then, so, I experienced not having any resources at all. And having just a really small room and I mean tipid budget meals ganyan. I've been through that and I guess what kept me going was that yun nga, aside from the fact na I take inspiration from a lot of people, it's I learned early na parang I can't focus on my limitations.
Yeah. Napaka-importante.
Kasi if you think about the limitations, there are a lot of limitations.
Yeah.
And there will always be limitations. Kahit mayaman ka na.
Totoo.
Kahit anong position mo sa buhay, kahit na-reach mo na yung gusto mo ma-reach, there will always be limitations to get to where you want to be. So parang, ang focus ko palagi nun is parang, I still look at the limitations, I acknowledge it. What are my limitations? And how do I remove these limitations one by one?
Yeah.
So, ang nangyayari sa akin, one problem at a time. And for most of my life, of course, the biggest hurdle is, of course, finances.
Yeah.
And so, for a few years now, that's what I've been working on. It's like, how can I fix my finances? Kasi, alam ko na kapag nawala na yung problemang yun,
Ang sarap maging
goods
creator.
na ako. Goods na ako kasi parang all the other stuff, it doesn't get to me na eh. It doesn't really delay me.
Yeah.
Alam mo yun, parang it's more of behavior ko na yung sa behavior ko na nakasalalay, yung consistency ko, yung katamaran ko, ganon, mga ganyang stuff. Pero yung pera talaga is like one of the biggest hurdles for me. It's hard to not get into that mind state of, sila kasi, ganyan, privileged naman sila. Like, their parents provide for them. I had that phase. Like, for a good 2 years, I was just so full of resentment toward my parents na, alam mo yun na, ba't kasi hindi kayang ibigay sa akin yung ganito? Like, yung mga classmates ko, nakakita ko sila, sobrang supported. Ako, like, parang masama pa ako for being an artist, ganon. But then, parang, yun din, sobrang inner work siya. Like, pursuing art is not just being a creative, it's also healing. It's also trying to rewire your brain to become the person you want to be. It's like you have to think na parang, ito yung future self ko na I wanna be. Paano ba mag-isip tong taong to? Tapos yun, parang it's a constant learning how to be that person every day. And yun. And walang kailangan mangyari every day. You know, parang nothing big has to happen every day. But as long as, I think what's kept me grounded is that I know I constantly work on myself every day to become that person.
Yeah.
Parang ganun. Parang yun. I think yun. Siguro kung yung may iwanan ako for other artists who are also struggling or who struggled like me, parang yun. It's the mindset. Mindset game talaga siya.
Mindset game
Mind
talaga.
game siya.
Kaya nga kahit sa mga lahat ng self-help books na nababasa ko, halos lahat siya pag inobserbahan mo. Sa simula, laging ang inuunang chapter 1 is yung change of mindset or yung paradigm.
Yeah.
Kasi talagang kahit ano yung sinabi mo, kahit privilege ka pa, kahit wala ka pinanggilingan or kung ano man, kung magfo-focus ka sa limitations mo, kung yung mindset mo is focus on the limiting beliefs.
Yeah.
Wala talagang mangyayari. At sa nakita ko sa mundo, lahat naman, nandun lang din sa mindset nila or yung will nila to do what they want.
Yeah.
Na it doesn't matter kung ano yung pinanggalingan nila.
Yeah.
Na parang kung may common denominator man sa lahat ng nakausap ko, nakasama ko, nakasalumuha ko, na meron silang ginagawa na something na admirable. Kasi yung mayaman, hindi lang naman yun eh. Maraming tao na kahit hindi naman mayaman, sobrang admirable nung ginagawa nila.
Yeah.
It's just the mindset talaga na hindi. No matter what, gagawin ko to.
Oo. Tsaka we experience the part of life we choose to focus on.
Yeah.
Yun.
Tawag dito. Kasi nabanggit mo kanina na yun nga, you came from a relatively kind of medyo masaklap na nakaraan sa family nga, yung sabi mo. Maraming artist na it's either nabully ng bata or yun nga, naabuso ng magulang or kung ano-ano mga pinagdaanan ng bata. Para sa'yo, ano yung naitulong nun? Na meron kang ganun pinagdaanan? Or nakatulong ba siya o nakapangit siya?
Nakatulong siya. Grateful ako. Honestly, syempre, when you're in the middle of a problem, it's hard to not resent it because you want it to end. Alam mo yun? Pero parang after a while, siguro, na-realize ko how much it helped me become who I am. And I love who I am right now. Siguro yun. Parang, if I didn't go through all that, all that bad stuff, if I didn't, I'm not saying that I deserve to go through it. Of course, nobody deserves to go through that kind of stuff. And it really made me have to do a lot of work than usual kids my age.
Mm-mm.
Pero I think it gave me purpose. Masasabi ko this year ko nahanap yung purpose ko as an artist. Ang tagal ko lang na nag-pray lang ako or na parang, ano kaya? Bakit ko to ginagawa? Kasi importante yun eh. Na, importante when you're pursuing something na, yung why.
Why?
Why? Why are you doing this? Who are you doing it for? 'Di ba? What do you give to the community? Parang ganun. Tapos parang yun yung feeling ko na reach ko because of everything I've been through.
Yeah.
Lahat nagko-connect siya. And tas parang ewan ko, nung moment na nagets ko siya, naisip ko na baka ako nilagay dito. Sa reality na to right now is to do this. Like to show people that this mountain can be moved. It's a service eh. You know, so it's more of what I love about the way I approach my craft right now is that it doesn't feel self-serving. It's serving a community.
Yeah.
I guess that's why it feels more grounding. Ganun. Pero I think it's self-serving in a way, you know, like if to be realistic because like seeing people I get to meet people who are like me and it helps me heal. Na I learned kasi I swear like yung mga taong nami-meet ko through music, minsan di ko alam kung angels ba yung nag-send sa kanila na
ganun, alam mo,
parang,
ganun
oh
talaga.
my gosh,
No?
I needed that today. As in, sometimes when I'm having a bad day, like sinasabi ko lang kasi lagi, when I'm having a really, really bad day, sinasabi ko lang, kung nabala. Sige, ganun. Tapos yun, papadalan ka ng mga tao na, alam mo yun, supporters ng craft mo pala, and then they're gonna tell you how much you being vocal about it helps them. Na parang, basta parang nag-full circle lang lahat. So, yun.
Nakakatuwa pagka,
nakakatuwa
no,
siya.
yung pagka, yung nahanap mo yung purpose mo, tapos parang nababacktrack mo lahat ng mga pinagdaanan mo kung bakit napunta doon. At the same time, yun nga, yung parang may mga tao ka na meet na nag-a-align doon sa purpose o yung mission mo.
Yeah.
Tapos talaga, magtutulungan kayo doon, napakasarap na klase ng experience yung gano'n. Punta tayo sa Mimi. Punta tayo doon sa unang pagsusulat mo ng kanta. Naaalala mo yung unang-unang kantang sinulat mo?
Oh, yeah.
Ano yung defining line para sa nung ano?
Define. Oh my God. Grabe, ang tagal ko nang di na. I mean, sa pabagsak na. Oh my God. Parang may line doon na super simple niya. Pero yung line niya is, sa pagbagsak ng ulan, sinambit kong yung ngalan. Something ganun. And it was a song I wrote for somebody who I had a thing with. And then, bigla siya nawala.
Oh.
Ganun.
Ilang taong ka nun?
I was so young. Siguro mga 18, 19, I think. Tapos, parang, it says a lot about who I was at that time. As in like isipin mo, like, yung super, like, simple moment na yun, iniisip ko lang siya lagi. So, palagi talaga akong, dahil nga, let's just say I had daddy issues. I think I'm still healing that. It's nothing to be embarrassed of. You know?
Yeah.
It's not my fault.
Yeah.
It's no one's fault. But, yeah, I had, at the time, sobrang lala ng daddy issues ko. Like, I was really yearning, ganun. And, nang time na yun, hinihintay ko lang siyang sumagot ulit at magparamdam sa akin. Tapos parang, kasi hindi ko pa kayang i-face yung mga sarili kong stuff sa buhay. Masyado akong distracted sa ibang tao.
Yes.
Kasi, I unconsciously choose that, na parang, kasi yun yung comfort zone ko. Na
coping mechanism.
Coping mechanism ko na mag-ano sa partner, na merong partner na inalagaan, nila love, para hindi ko makita yung mga bad stuff sa life ko. Ganun. Tapos yun, feeling ko yun, it's a really, it says a lot about who I was at the time.
Ayun, ano natin yung nabanggit mo yung father issues.
Yeah.
At ang alam ko rin, marami ring, common problem
Yes.
sa mga babae yan dahil sa totoo lang ako, bilang lalaki, ang dami rin talagang medyo kupal at sablay na mga lalaki dyan. So para kumbaga, marami talaga naka-experience, lalo na sa arts. Ang dami kong kilala sa arts na may father issues.
Talaga, for sure.
Yun nga, para sa'yo, ano ba yung experiences? Ano yung mga manifestation ng father issues?
Father issues. Siguro from meeting people who also have father issues, it's not limited to just women. Eh. Like everybody can have father issues. Kasi it just, from what I've read, and from my experience, it's caused by the absence of a father figure. Kasi parang napansin ko yung dynamic sa bahay before is there was a lack of healthy masculine energy because there needs to be a balance. My mother was such a good mom. Like she's very maalaga, very loving. Like alam mo yung sure kang mahal ka niya. Ganon siyang type of mom. But my dad kasi when I was growing up, he was rarely there. You know, like I was very like achiever ako. Like honor student type of kid, ganon. And I guess growing up, I never thought how much it impacted me na kunwari, I always had a medal, but he wasn't there to put it on me, ganon. When you're a kid, it doesn't really feel like it's a lot.
Yeah.
But when you grow up,
pag binalikan mo na,
ma-realize mo how it manifests into the kind of relationships that you welcome into your life. Siguro, ito, like if you trace it back to how I was, or the kind of parenting I received from my father during childhood, he was absent. He was very nonchalant. Like, he's the type of father na you can't confront. Parang he doesn't like confrontation. So, I was never comfortable expressing my feelings to a masculine a masculine figure. Ganun. Tapos, sometimes, when I'm saying this with all the love. I know they're all healing and trying to be better. So, parang I'm just sharing this to give light into my experience. So, parang yan. Sometimes, when my mom would come to him with concerns, he would shout. He would be aggressive. He would break stuff. Ganun. So, parang nasanay ako sa ganun. Parang, ano bang word? Na-desensitize. Yun.
Pwede.
Sa ganong scenarios. And so, it manifested through my dating life and the friendships friendships, it's alright. Mas dating. Parang, for some reason, I was attracted to problematic people.
Kasi yun yung kinalakihan mong
kasi problematic
masculine figure.
Problematic yung dynamic ng parents ko eh. So parang, I realized I was attracted to people that parang they're still going through a lot in their life. And I know na problematic pa yung mga coping mechanisms nila. Pero, parang meron akong mindset na, hindi, I can help them get better.
Parang pag-hope mo rin sa father mo na.
Yung pala, nag-root siya kasi gusto kong gawin yun sa tatay ko. All my life, I've been wanting to help my dad become a better father for all of us. Pero, never ko kasing in-address yun kasi takot ako sa kanya.
Kasi yun nga, ayaw niya na
hindi
confrontation.
Hindi ko siya makausap. Never ko siyang kinonfront. Never. Hanggang ngayon, never ko siya kinonfront about anything that he did to us or to my mom. Inaano ko siya, napoproject ko siya sa partners ko na. Kaya kahit, alam mo yun, usually when people treat you badly and disrespect you, you leave. That's how, parang kung healthy kang, kung galing ka sa healthy household, na hindi ka tinitreat ng ganun. When somebody disrespects you na, it's easy for you to set boundaries and leave eh. I didn't have that in my early 20s when I was getting into relationships. And I had to learn things the hard way. Kasi I really had really weird relationships with people with really unconventional belief systems. Na I'm not judging them. That works for them. And as long as they're not hurting people, Pero I can't say it was healthy for me. I was exposed to a lot of manipulation, emotional manipulation. And it's hard to recognize. Dahil nga, sanay ka sa ganun. So parang, right now I'm really happy with my mindset regarding this because I've learned to not associate shame with how these people operate.
Yeah.
Because so far, like with the people I've met na may ganong problems is they also came from a household na ginaganon sila. So medyo pareho kami.
Actually, ano talaga yan.
Oo.
Minsan para siyang domino effect. Parang
Oo.
kahit yung mga imperfections ng mga magulang natin, pag pinakinggan mo rin yung storya nila,
Yeah.
nanggaling
It's
doon sa
always
mga
from
magulang
parenting.
nila.
So it's
Para
just
talagang,
generational siya, napapasa siya eh. Kaya ako sinasabi kanina, it's no one's fault.
Kaya nga eh.
Because it's just been passed on
Mm.
from generation to generation. And kunwari, yun nga, yung mga na-date ko na medyo problematic yung situation namin. Parang I've learned to not be mad about it anymore because I know their roots. I know the household they came from. I'm not justifying what they did. Of course, it's wrong to do that. But it kind of helps my process with healing na parang it helps me to not take it personally.
Yun. Kasi
Because
nga,
if people treat you badly, it's mostly just a projection of what's going on inside of them. Na-realize ko din yun kasi when I'm mad, sometimes, I'm not perfect.
Oh.
Sometimes I do things that hurt other people.
Mm.
But it's because I'm so messed up inside. So parang, yun na lang iniisip ko. Na kaya mas madali siguro sa akin magpatawad and mag-let go ng mga bagay. But syempre, forgiveness is totally separate from letting people have access to you. Yan, that's also part of protecting yourself.
Tsaka napakalaki,
Ganun.
sobrang freeing din sa healing ng isang tao. Pag inalis mo na nga, pag hindi mo na siya tinake personally.
Yeah.
And at the same time, para yung parang, ang gusto mo na lang talaga dun sa tao is, what's best for him? Parang pag iniisip mo na, yun nga, parang, yes, medyo masaklap yung mga nangyari, hindi natin ginusto, pero parang once na na-realize mo na, tao lang nga, hindi rin naman, wala naman siyang intensyon na masama nun, hindi niya lang din na-navigate ng tama yung mga pangyayari. And pag iniisip mo na gano'n, yung empathy ka ba? Kahit ikaw yung nasaktan, kahit ikaw yung yung meron kang certain empathy na, hindi naman niya siguro ginusto yun, nagkamali lang din. Iba yung freedom na matatapos pag nangyari. Pero mahirap yun.
Yeah, it's
Pero
hard.
mahirap yun, oo.
Siguro like, hindi ko siya iniisip na hindi niya ginusto yun. Kasi possible din alam mo yung parang, medyo fine line siya eh. Like, it's a very fine line na mindset because I know what the person did. I acknowledge it, that it was wrong. But at the same time, I'm thinking like this for myself, not for anyone else. Parang gano'n na. I'm choosing to forgive you so I could let it go. Because that is your battle to fight and not mine. Whatever you need to work on yourself, that's yours. That's your journey. And I respect that. You hurt me and I acknowledge that. Kasi syempre, of course, there are things na syempre may mga kakilala ko na grabe talaga yung mga naranasan nila. And it's totally valid to feel it. You know, it's hard to just let things go, especially it depende siya sa gravity nung nangyari. Pero parang it's a slow process. For me, it was a slow process of trying to understand why things happen and understanding the lesson I had to learn from it.
Yun.
Because I always hold myself accountable to na I had a part in this because I chose to be in this. Because that's how I knew how to handle it at the time.
Actually,
diba?
napaka-importanting realization na lahat ng bagay ikaw ang accountable and responsible.
Yeah, because there is a choice.
Na para iba rin yung freedom na may bibigay sa'yo pagka inako mo lahat. Kasi parang at least hindi siya kontrolado ng iba.
Yes, yeah.
Pero yun nga, kung ano man yung mga nangyari at nagawa nila sa atin, nandun yun. Pero it's just that in order to free yourself, kailangan mo talagang you have to let go. Pero ito lang, kanina pupasok na sa isip ko. Kasi nga, babalik tayo dun sa nasabi ko na nakakatulong yung mga pinagdaanan natin. Ako, kahit mga pinagdaanan ko, I mean, sa creativity or kahit ano mang ginagawa ko, medyo it kind of drives me. Yung dark way ko ba? Tawag ko ito dark way. Yung mabaga yung medyo, yung part ng shadow mo, pero you're kind of transmuting it into something new or something or yung creation. Pero, ito matatanong ko. Doon ba sa mga nangyari na yon, looking back, would you have it any other way? Like kung may time machine at may babalik mo, papalitan mo ba yung mga nangyari?
I try not to think that way kasi. Because there's no way to bring it back. Pag I do have thoughts like that.
Mm.
Na, would I do it differently? Ganyan. Pero no eh. Yun nga, it all goes back to, I love who I am right now. I love who I became because of everything. So I wouldn't change anything. Because tough experiences build character. It builds character.
Totoo.
And siguro yung tiwala ko na lahat ng binigay sa akin, tools yun. Tools yun eh. Na kino-communicate ko kasi palagi kung ano yung mga dreams ko. Like I always just pray about it. Binabato ko lang palagi. Kaya siguro yung faith ko ba na lahat ng dadaan sa akin, kailangan ko to. Character building to. Kung ano yung kailangan. Kumbaga, syempre, may mga bagay pa ako na, yun nga, we always need to learn something. There's always something to learn. So parang, ang mindset ko na lagi, okay, wag may dadating na, alam mo yun, medyo shitty experience na alam kong shitty siya. Like, okay, what is this teaching me?
Ang ganda, no? Ang ganda
What is
ng
this
ganung
teaching me?
mindset. Oo.
Okay, fine. Let's focus on that. Let's learn that. Fail fast.
Yun. Fail fast.
Fail fast. Fail fast. Kasi when you dwell on it,
Oo.
it's hard because we're human. We're human.
Oo.
It's so valid to dwell on things because we're emotional beings.
Yeah.
You know, but practice siya eh. Constant practice na, what is this teaching me? Okay, just focus on that. Learn it, move forward. Take what you learn, move forward. Everything is temporary.
Yun din yung sinasabi ko kanina, di ba? Kunyari yung pag trace back mo, yung mga bagay-bagay na nangyari sa'yo, magkakaroon ng sense kung bakit ka nandito. So parang once na magets mo yun, magkakaroon ka rin ng perspective na lahat ng pagdadaanan ko ngayon, gaano man kahirap, gaano man ka problema, gaano ka man ka-imperfect, gaano ka man ka, sumasablay at nagkakamali. Once nagkaroon ka ng perspective na, yung mga dati ko pinagdaanan na ganito, may meaning pala eh, or parang meron palang may relasyon kung bakit yung mga saya or yung mga simple successes or parang simple achievements or simple fulfillment.
Yeah.
Parang nandagaling din doon sa mga pagkakamali, katangahan, kung ano man mga pinagdaanan mo. Magkakaroon ka ng perspective na yung faith or trust na para bang wala. Kailangan ko lang pagdaanan talaga. Kailangan kong gawin. Kailangan kong harapin.
Proseso siya.
Proseso talaga.
Tang proseso. Hindi siya okay. Alam
Punta naman tayo on a lighter note naman.
Okay.
Ano yung most memorable gig experience mo?
Wala. Okay. I think yung isa sa I would say dalawa yung pinaka-memorable. The first one was, I think this was last year. First time ko mag-perform sa festival stage. Tapos, yun nga, may mga...
Anong festival yun?
Philippine Star to. Truth Festival. First time yun for some of my bandmates also. So parang, it's very memorable for me na nung bata nga kasi ako, as in, kung naliligo ako, pag naliligo ka may tiles yung banyo. Ini-imagine ko edge ng stage yun. Tapos nagpa-pretend lang ako na, so as in, bata pa talaga ako, basta gusto ko na talaga to. As in, gusto ko na talaga siya. Tapos parang, nung araw na yun, nang sa soundcheck ako, nag-ready yung banda ko. Punta ako sa edge ng stage. Tapos inisip ko lang, damn, I'm here.
Ito yung dating tiles.
Parang dati tiles lang to sa banyo. Kasi pag bata ka, alam mo parang lahat posible sa'yo eh. Grabe imagination mo eh. It's just amazing that it's become a reality. Ganun. Tapos the second one, yun yung kay Sir Ellie. Itong last Friday. Talaga parang, huh?
Goat eh. Goat yung kasama mo sa gig.
What? As in lang, constant, what? As in, ganun ako. Huh? As in, in-o lang ako. Na, alam mo, parang sobrang grateful ko lang na, grabe, like, hindi ko to hiniling pero binigay mo.
Totoo.
Na, yung tiwala na ganun eh.
Pwede ba natin mabanggit na kahit ano lang, under ka ng label?
Of course, yeah, of course.
Si Mimi po kasi is under the label of Ellie Buendia, Offshore Music.
Offshore Music.
Eto, simpleng tanong lang. Siyempre, idol natin lahat si Ellie. Kumbaga, para sa akin, GOAT ng Philippine music industry.
Sobra.
Kamusta siya sa personal?
Oh, he's very chill. As in, he's surprisingly very easy to talk to. Kasi when you're kind of far away from him, he looks intimidating. First, he's Ellie Buendia. Pero he's very welcoming. Super, alam mo, I'm very big on energy. And when I met him for the first time, I'm like, damn, warm energy. Warm energy. Pero at the same time, there's the respect.
Oo.
Ganon. Na, basta may ganong aura eh, na, and I love, in general, like as an artist, I really take a lot of inspiration from him because he's not afraid to be himself.
Yeah.
And that's so important na wala kang pake sa norms. Ganun.
Actually, kung obserbahan mo from the E-Heads era hanggang sa Apartel, sa Pupil, sa lahat ng ginagawa niya ngayon, si Ellie Buendia, lagi lang siya nagpapakatotoo and at the same time, lagi niya rin nire-reinvent yung sarili niya.
Yeah, I love that.
Kaya talagang yung saludo ba sa
Mhm.
true artist talaga. Tawag dito, ayun naman, kung galing naman sa yung best experiences mo, ano naman yung worst experiences mo sa gig?
Oh gosh. I can't say there was like something really, really bad. Kasi honestly, I enjoy anything when I'm with my bandmates. Kasi mga friends ko din sila. So, everything is better with them. Pero siguro yung worst is like, basta sobrang babaw lang niya. Basta grounded lang yung mic ko the whole time. So parang every time na nakakanta ako sa mic, nag-ground ako. Tapos nagaganon ako, parang yun lang. Tapos ang hirap kasi parang ang goal ko kasi lagi when I perform is I want to enjoy.
Yeah.
I just want to enjoy with my friends. Kasi when you enjoy, people enjoy.
Yeah.
Ganon. So parang, yun lang yung siguro yung masi-single out ko na gig na hindi ako nag-enjoy. Kasi nakafocus lang ako hindi mag-ground. Ganon. Tapos kasi, hindi ko alam kung sa akin na yung ground or nahawa din yung kanila eh. Ganon. So parang, yun lang, stressful mga technicalities eh.
Sobrang no? Totoo lang, no? Sa gig na, sobrang stressful ng technical difficulties. Kasi totoo lang, kunyari, syempre, lalo na nga sa atin, hindi naman kumbaga, bawat pamasahe mo, lalo na sa atin, pag artist gig, hindi naman kadalasan paid yan.
Yeah.
Yung mag-e-effort ka mag-rehearsal.
Yeah. Oo, syempre ang gastos mag-rehearse.
Sa transpo mo. Tapos pagkatugtog mo doon, ang gulo ng tunog nung parang ano ba yun? Nag-effort naman kami. Bakit naman nag-ground? Ba't nawawala yung tunog ng mic sa gitna nung kanta? Pero ano yung mga greatest pet peeve mo pala sa gig?
Greatest pet peeve sa gig? Ano ba? Siguro yung at kasi syempre vocalist. So parang, ayoko pag nawawala yung preset ng vocals. Kasi very particular ako with the mix of my voice. Hindi kasi ako, the way I sing is not that usual. Parang hindi ako belter eh. Hindi ako, kumanta. Parang, the register I use, meron siyang specific mix na kapag hindi ganun yung mix ng microphone ko, parang hindi ako marunong kumanta.
Yeah.
Ganun. Like, ganun. So, wait lang. Upo ako.
Sige lang.
So yun, may mga ganong instances. And it's hard because yun nga, it prevents me from enjoying it. Because I just focus on, I can't hear myself. And may mga ganon kasi minsan na nagbo-board sa vocals na, I don't know, maybe sa sobrang dami nilang ina-accommodate na artist, ganon. Or hindi nila nasi-save. Or like, basta nag-iiba yung tunog. Tapos parang, for what you sound check? Like, sayang yung sound check. Like, what? Paano nag-sound check? Kasi, kasi sobrang importante ng sound. Importante yung sound. Kasi, vibration yan eh. Alam mo yung parang, taasan mo lang bass ng onte, iba na yun eh.
Totoo.
Iba na yung frequencies na mabibigay nun sa tao eh. So parang yun, siguro yun, nainis ako pag ganun. Pero
napakasarap din pagka ang sarap ng mix ng boses mo. No?
Sobra. Yun, sobrang focus ka lang na dun mo makakapag-dive in ka sa emotions mo.
Totoo.
Yun kasi parang pag hindi ka komportable on stage, ang hirap mag-connect with yourself. Ang hirap mag-connect with audiences. Pero yun, ang napansin ko, that's something you have to deal with talaga.
Yeah, kasi wala, yun eh. Kailangan you have to show up na lang eh.
Yeah, ang technical stuff, minsan uncontrollable siya eh. So parang you just have to deal with it when you're there. Parang just, you rehearsed and nobody knows what your performance is.
Actually, dun nga nakakatawa.
Nobody knows everything. So parang,
di ba sa ating mga musikero, minsan, kumbaga, syempre may perfectionism aspect dyan. So, kunyari, may feeling mo, yun nga, medyo nag-sharp ka dito sa part na to or feeling mo, hindi mo na bitawan na yung linya na maayos. Tapos tatanungin mo sa mga tao, uy, napansin niyo ba yan? Wala nakakapansin na yun.
Wala. Sabi nila, ang galing mo nga eh. Sabi ko, okay. So parang don't sweat it. Pero parang I try not to sweat it. I just take note of things.
Yeah.
Kasi syempre we talk about it. Parang, oh, ganito. Paano kayo? Ano naging cause nun? Paano natin ma-prevent yun? How can we fix that on the next show? Ganon. Parang it's a constant, din. Every gig is, you learn something from every gig. From every setup. Kasi may mga similarities naman. Kung big stages, may mga ibang ibang usapan yan. Intimate gigs, ibang usapan yan. Open air gigs na medyo intimate, ibang usapan din yan. There's always something to learn from every gig. Siguro yun yung fun. Proseso eh.
So yeah, at sa totoo lang, mo, kasi nung kailan talaga, kasi diba ako bago naman ako nagmusikero din. I mean nagiging musician. Ano naman ako, nasa business world ako. Tapos, forever naman ako kumakanta and all. Pero yung as a gigging musician, hindi. So, parang nung first time din kami nagigig, lalo na sa LC and the Frustration. Kasi dati nagigig ako ng bata. Pero, itong ngayon, yung post-pandemic, yung medyo nagigig na ako regularly. Sobrang naging mahirap sa akin yung naging mahirap sa akin yung adjustment sa live setting. Kasi nasanay ako, lagi ko rinig boses ko, acoustic lang, parang... Naging struggle siya sa akin, pero at the same time, napakasarap.
Yes.
Kasi sa totoo lang, sa artist gig, wala naman tayong kita dyan. Like, kunyari, pag ganyan, hindi naman. Pero parang dati, lagi ko rin question yun, no? Ang gagaling na ito ng mga kabanda ko, ang gagaling nila, tapos wala naman kaming bayad. Lagi ko tanong, ba't nila ginagawa at sobrang driven nilang mag-guess na mag-guess lagi sa gig? As I do it, sobrang gets ko. Parang walang experience of feeling na makakatumba sa experience ng isang musikerong nagpe-perform sa stage,
iba.
no?
So liberating.
Sobrang liberating na parang, kunyari, dami mong problema. Kasi ako, sa totoo lang, may mga pinagdadaanan tayong problema eh. Pero kunyari, nasa gig ka. Tapos, nagkataon nga, ang ganda ng mix sa boses mo. Tapos, ang lupit, dikit na dikit yung tugtugan nyo. Pag nasa gitna na, parang, God damn it. I'm doing it. Napaka-thankful ko sa buhay.
Totoo yan.
Sarap maging musikero.
Totoo
lang.
Tsaka ramdam mo yung love eh. Yung sa amin ng mga bandmates ko parang, minsan yung onting communication on stage, parang, love you, gano'n. I'm so happy I'm doing this with you. Gano'n yung subtext na, ang saya-saya ko na I'm blessed with people who share the same love.
Totoo.
Kasi it's a language.
Tsaka makikita mo kasi pag yung mga taong nakakasama mo, nakakabanda mo, mahal na mahal din yung music.
Oo.
Iba yan.
At saka nakikita mo how it changes their lives. Na, like, si Julian, shout out kay Julian. Si Julian, sobrang tonto ako sa kanya kasi he's just, he loves what he does so much. And he has so much patience and he does a lot of hard work. As in, lock in din yung taong yun. And just to have a person beside me na ganun, nakaka-motivate siya.
Totoo.
And nakakita ko kung paano siya nag-grow because of music. Kasi nga yung mga taong namimit din niya. Na ang refreshing na mag-share siya mga stories, ganyan na. Yung mga tutunan niya na it helps me grow also. And it's just amazing how music allows you to be human. And at the same time, not be too human. Best of both worlds siya.
Oo, yung parang...
dalawang world siya.
Yung parang bang papakita ka vulnerability mo, pero at the same time, kahit anong mangyari dyan, sige lang.
Oo, totoo.
Pero, yun nga, gusto ko lang sabihin na sobrang sayang maging member ng isang banda. So, my bandmates, I love you guys.
Yes.
Sobrang saya tumugtog sa LC and the Frustrations.
Yes.
Sobrang honored ko.
Ang gagaling.
So, totoo lang. Kahit ako nung kailan nagkwento-kwentuhan kami nila Robert. Hindi sa LC. Kasi nga, di ba, sila Robert, sila LC, tapos sila Kuya Jed. Puro mga na sa music sila Mondo, di ba? Si Mondo, kabanda mo, di ba? Para nung pinag-usapan, sabi ni Robert, ang gitarista mo, si Robert. Si Elsie, si Jack. Ang bassist mo, si Mondo. Ikaw basta, sino ka?
Grabe na. Grabe naman.
Hindi, pero totoo kasi hindi naman ako naging full-time musician. Hindi naman ako talagang, kahit sa production, lang din naman ako. Pag kaya lang mag-produce, nagpo-produce ako. Tapos bigay sa akin yung opportunity na yun. Tapos pag ngayon, kasi iba rin yung dati pag simula. Hindi pa kayo ganun kadikit kasi, yun nga, sabi ko, naging struggle sa akin yung live performance kasi
Yeah.
nag-struggle ako sa sound, sa ganyan.
Mm.
Pero nung padikit para talaga ako, I love you guys. Parang, ba't ako nandito? Napakaswerte ko, anong dineserve ko para makatugtugan kayo. Saya.
Pero gets ko yung feeling na yan kasi ganyan din na-feel ko sa mga kabanda ko. Parang, damn, you guys are so good.
Oo.
Tapos ito lang naman ako, like, yeah.
Pero at the same time din, pag nakita mo rin yung mga reaction ng guests, ng mga audiences, parang ang saya maging grateful. Kunyari, kahit ako, kunyari, napapanood kita pagka tumutugtog sa tayo tapos nakita ko lang kanila, nung nagtugtugan tayo, nag-jamming tayo nila Chad. Si Chad, knowing Chad, na busy sa buhay, pagod na pagod, daming problema. Nung nagkakantahan tayo, nung kumakanta ka, nakikita ko na itsura ni Chad, best friend ko po yun, nakikita ko nandun siya sa tayo, yung nakangiti, tas nakapikit, tas ini-enjoy niya lang.
Yes.
Parang what an honor.
Yeah.
Na
you can make people
experience those. Na parang alam mo yung pinagdadaanan niya, pero kahit papaano at kahit dun sa single moment lang na yun, nakapagbigay ka ng
ligaya,
experience or ano man sa kanya. Ang sarap maging musikero. No? So ikaw nga, yun nga. Sa mga gigging musicians, kasi ikaw, ang tagal mo na gumigig, sobrang veterano ka na sa
pagigig. Hindi naman.
Kahit bata pa, Ano mapapayo mo sa mga gigging musicians?
Gigging musicians, respect everybody that you work with. Communicate. Kasi it becomes less enjoyable when there are problems with communication. Kasi syempre may mga specifics yan yung mga terms, and it's different per client or like per production, it's different. So parang constantly communicate. Communicate boundaries. Parang relationship. Everything
Actually,
is a relationship
sa lahat, kahit hindi lang sa talagang, ako may mga pagkakamali rin ako sa ganyan. Talagang, communication, napaka-importante, transparency.
Gets.
Kasi minsan, minsan na-hold back tayo ng mga inhibitions or parang mga,
Yeah.
yung mga,
Parang sabihin ko ba to?
yung tough talk, di ba? Yung gano'n.
Confrontations.
Pero, lalo na if you're working with people na napaka-importante rin talaga. Napaka-importante. As in, ma-realize na napaka-importante nga ng communication.
Yun. Communicate, respect others, and give your best. Kasi every gig is an opportunity.
Yeah.
You'll never know who's there. So, show up as your best self always. Investment siya. And parang siguro, when you're starting kasi, not everything pays talaga. It's part of it, you know. I mean, it's totally separate from the fact that you deserve to get paid for your work. Sobrang valid yun. You do deserve to get paid for your work. But the reality is that not all gigs pay talaga. And
sa Pilipinas tayo.
Yeah, pero ito kasi, it's the value sometimes is just not just in the money you earn from it. It's the connections you make. It's the friendships you create. It's the audiences you meet, diba? The supporters you get from gigs. And the experience you give out to people.
Yung kanina, yung parang yung bliss na nasa gitna ka ng performance.
Yeah. So, mindset din siya na parang it's not just about money. Gigging is not about money. Kaya may mga namimit din ako ng musicians na they're very frustrated because they don't get paid. They feel exploited, which is, totally valid. Which is totally valid. Pag gano'n naman, ang ko lang is just set boundaries. And if people can't meet you there, then don't push through. That's it. Kasi for sure, parang, not for sure, but like, if you communicate your boundaries, them respecting it or not is on them.
Yeah.
But you always have a choice to leave when those are not met, you know?
Yung importante na parang, kung gusto mo, gawin mo. Kung kaya mo, di ba?
Like, yun lang. Siguro yung mga natutunan ko. Kasi nagkaroon din ako ng face na parang, ba yan, baban TF. Ganun pa nagsistart kayo. And especially because I was doing it for a living. So, of course, the money part was also important for me. But, it's talaga, you have to recognize the value in other, you have to recognize the value na hindi lang pera. Ganun.
Kasi kung pera lang ang mag-motivate sa'yo, huwag kang mag-music.
Mahirap talaga. Oo. Mahirap talaga. Pero napansin ko sa industry, parang sobrang important that you know who you are.
Yeah.
That you make sure you're good at what you do. Because when you just focus on being really good at what you do, the rest follows. As for my experience, ganun yung naranasan ko na siguro nasanay lang talaga ako na sobrang addict ako magsulat, like addict ako makinig ng music, ganyan. So parang constantly ako nagiging better at what I do every day.
Ayun, may singit ko lang. nabanggit mo yung addict.
Mm.
I mean, kung ano yung importansya na addict ka sa music para maging magaling ka. Kasi talagang,
Na-addict.
yun ang napansin ko na common denominator ng mga magagaling. Medyo addict talaga. Like,
Addict sa music.
obsessed. Like, obsession talaga.
Obsession. Siguro sa akin, parang, hindi siya obsession for me. It's
Mm.
more of, it's my way of life.
Okay.
It's a part of who I am. Parang, wala, music kasi talaga save sa akin. Like, ang dami ko pinagdadaanan on a daily, on a weekly basis. And just, I have playlists for specific circumstances. Like, kunwari, when I get my period, I have a playlist for that. Songs that calm me. When I'm going through disappointment, meron akong playlist ng podcast dyan, mga ganyan. Like, mga bagay na kailangan kong marinig. Mga podcast na halong may music, gano'n, mga ganyan. So, parang, it's my way of, living. It's my way of living. So, siguro yung parang, with everything, like, when you, siguro sa akin, it works like that. Kasi parang, na-embody ko yung work ko. And mas nakapag-function ako without pressure. Pero nakakaano pa rin ako, move forward ako. Kasi, ewan ko, as an individual, pressure doesn't work for me that much when it's consistent pressure because I'm a very emotional person. Parang
sensitive
open ako eh. In-acknowledge ko na yun about me na open akong tao. So parang madali ako makareceive ng energies, ng like, so parang when there's a lot of negative energies and pressure around me, it just makes me want to
overwhelming siya.
Stop! Stop! I'm so overwhelmed.
Problema ng sensitivity.
Yeah, it makes me want to shut down. And so parang ngayon, ang technique ko ngayon is slow and steady. As long as I have a checklist of what I need to do and I do that, I make sure to do that and accomplish the things I need to do para ma-achieve ko yung goal ko. That already gives me a state of mind na kalmado lang. Pero nangyayari pa din yung mga bagay, di ba? Without the stress.
Totoo. Skill-wise. Kasi totoo lang, si Mimi po, isa sa mga pinaka-technically magaling kumanta na nakakadyanan ko. Totoo lang, kukunin ka ba ni Ellie? Hindi ka magaling. Pero diba, skill-wise? Yun, one of the few ka. Paano naman gumaling? Lalo na sa pagkanta, mahirap pa.
Mahirap siya. Honestly, I suck before. Like, as in, like, parang yung kay Ed Sheeran, di ba? May mga voice recording siya na, pag pinakinggan mo parang, ka eh. Pero, may ganun din ako. Tapos, actually, isa sa mga biggest inspo ko si Feo Paano. Shout out
Teacher
Faye.
Teacher Faye.
Yeah, isa siya sa mga ko talaga. Kasi parang sa kanya ko natutunan na I don't need to be a belter to be a singer.
Totoo.
Kasi hindi talaga ako belter. Parang yun kasi dun nung nagte-theater ako, parang may certain way of singing kasi sa theater eh. Na parang I was being built to sing like that. But right from the start, I knew my body wasn't built for that. Parang pag pinapakinggan ko yung katawan ko, hindi ito yung komportable ako. Importante sa singing that you're comfortable. Because pag hindi ka komportable, mag-aano yan sa vocal cords mo. Ano siya. I don't know the right term. Sorry, Teacher Faye. But, yun. Parang for me, natatense yung vocal cords ko and I can't sing right. So parang for most of my young life, ganun ako kumanta. Parang tense lang palagi yung vocal cords ko. So parang when I started to transition to yung mixed voice, minimix ko yung chest and head voice ko. Kasi yun yung comfort zone ko. Mas nakaka-reach ako ng high notes.
Actually,
so parang,
technique
siya eh. Parang, I work with what I have. You know, I'm not trying to achieve how, like, Celine Dion sings or like, because I'm not her. Not how Ariana sings. Because I'm not her. I'm me. So it's just owning your voice, basically. Owning your capabilities. And yun, when I started to embrace that, yun din, nag-flow din opportunities because it feels more natural and real. Hindi painful pakinggan when I sing.
Hahanapin mo rin talaga yung boses mo. It's a process.
Yeah, it's a process to find your voice.
Tsaka kahit kahit ilagay mo na sa songwriting, sa style, sa technique.
Yeah.
Pag bata mo siguro, hindi mo pa talaga malalaman. Like, di ba, ako, di ko, pinagdaanan ko to na, ano ba talaga style ko sa music? Kasi nga, di ba, I mean, alam mo yan, kinakanta ko from operatic to rock to kung ano man, ang gulo. Hanggang ngayon, actually, struggle pa rin yan. Sino ba talaga yung boses ko? Pero parang, unti-unti nagkakagrasp ka. Na parang, ito nga. Pero at the same time din, ang sarap din kasi ng versatility ba na, Pero ngayon lang sa ako diyan sa banda ko sa LC medyo rock kasi talaga. Medyo natatakot
Yeah.
din ako minsan sa boses ko.
Oo.
Puro ako nagka-cracking baka.
True.
Tawag doon kanina. Nabanggit mo yung sa skills. Para sa iyo ba? Are musicians or kahit vocalist na lang born or created?
Are they born or created? It could be both, honestly. It's your choice. Kasi parang, ako kasi like genetically, yung side ng father ko, singers talaga sila. So parang medyo nakita na rin ng parents ko na papunta ako dito. Maliit pa lang ako. Pero there are also people na they just discover that they wanna do music. Like when they're adults na, So, I think it could be both. It depends on where you came from. It just depends. It varies per person. Ganun. But I think yung consistent dun is that it's always a choice. It's a conscious choice to become an artist. Kasi anong tawag dito? Parang pero if you think about it kasi iniisip ko parang lahat naman ng field artistry siya eh.
Yeah,
Yun
actually.
So so parang hindi lang siya about hindi lang siya. So if you siguro kung yung question ay magiging parang are musicians born or created, yun siguro yung parang it could be both. Pero in terms of like I think everybody is a creative in their own ways.
Actually, yun ang very
Yeah.
pinaka-defining attribute ng isang tao.
Mm-mm.
We create. Yun ang nagse-separate
Yeah.
sa atin sa ibang hayop.
Yeah.
Tayo, we use tools, we create something new from something.
Yes.
Something in the
We-
past.
Yeah,
in the
we create
present.
something out of nothing.
Yeah.
That's creativity, imagination.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yun.
Ikaw, Mimi, ano tayo dyan? Medyo dito, pareho tayo ng trip.
Mm.
We're into spirituality.
Yeah.
The realization of there's something beyond
Yes.
this. Ano yung importansya nun sa'yo?
It's really, it helps me to not sweat things talaga. Na parang, yung protection, yung protection yun what I said earlier na parang, the fact that I feel like I'm guided. Kasi I feel it eh. It's an unexplainable feeling.
Yeah.
I just know that I
Sense
am
of knowing
guided.
na, yeah.
Sense of knowing. I still can't, just the fact that I feel that. And I don't know where it's coming from. Kaya ako naniniwala na meron. And how else do you explain all the... For me kasi ang daming miracles na nangyayari. Ang daming miracles. May mga araw na parang, oh my gosh, like, talaga?
Yung
What?
mapapakustyon ka na sa reality na,
Parang, how did you know? How did you know? Even like the people you meet, the coincidence. It's not a coincidence nga eh. Parang,
Yeah.
for me, you're always meant to meet these people one way or another. So parang, it's been, if I didn't believe in it, if I didn't get into that kind of, ganyang mindset,
magic.
magic. If di ako pumasok dyan, I don't think I'd be who I am right now. So I'm grateful for anything that helped me get to
Totoo.
that.
Tsaka yun nga, tsaka hindi kasi yung masaya sa spirituality. Kasi kumbaga, yung pinagkaiba niya ba sa religiosity?
Mhm.
Na ang religiosity kasi mas nagfo-focus dun sa tinuro, sa nakasulat,
Parang siyang it's bound by rules.
sa sinasabi.
Ganun.
Parang it's bounded by dogma or tawag dun exoteric eh.
Mhm.
Yung experience mo of the divine is galing nga sa labas, galing sa preacher, galing sa sinulat,
Yeah.
galing sa ibang tao, galing sa school or ano man. Ang masaya sa yung spirituality or yung esoteric belief or knowledge pa, it's coming from you eh.
Yeah. It's it's your own relationship with it.
Yeah.
It's never the same with anyone. That's why you can't really judge anyone's journey.
Totoo.
Because it's different for each of us. Yun din, yung belief na parang siya din, yun din nagturo sa akin nun. Yung knowing na may something beyond, na it gives me more compassion for others. Kasi it's totally different. It's a different relationship with everyone. Ayun.
Tsaka saya nung yung parang pag nagkaroon ka nga nung lens or yung parang yung awakening nga dun sa bagay-bagay ma-realize mo na lahat na nangyayari sa'yo. Lahat na nangyayari dito is kind of magical. Or
Yeah.
miraculous. No?
Yeah.
Na parang ang saya na parang nagkakaroon nga ng sense of purpose lahat na nangyayari
Yes.
sa'yo dito. Na parang,
Yeah.
di ba, ako galing ako sa medyo hardcore atheism talaga eh. Dati sikat talaga ako dyan. Hanggang kaya pa rin naman. I mean, hindi na atheist. Kumbaga, meron pa rin akong sa negative effects ng hyper-religiosity.
Mhm.
Nandun pa rin yun, hindi pa rin nakawala. Pero yung dati from believing that there's nothing, everything is random, to everything is happening for a purpose. Everything is something or someone or
Yeah.
something is parang observing me, helping me.
Yeah.
Someone's got my back.
So ano yung ako na may question.
Sige.
So ano yung nag-cause ng shift na yan?
Led Zepp.
Led Zepp.
Hindi kasi matotoo. Kasi Led Zepp ang parang goat ko. Or
Mhm.
parang pinaka-idol.
Mhm.
Kasi talagang ngayon nga,
Mhm.
sobrang, hindi, pagka napanood mo kasi ang Led Zepp, so parang magical nila eh.
Mhm.
Parang hindi ma-explain ng logic yung experience mo pagka nanood ka ng Led Zepp or nakinig ka ng Led Zepp.
Yes.
I mean, so parang napapatanong ako tapos sila medyo they're fond of the spirituality or
Mhm.
magic with a K.
Yeah.
So ano sila dun? So parang curious, aral-aral.
Mm-mm.
Tapos parang yung may tropa rin ako na mas na deep dive niya yun. Tapos
Mhm.
in-explain niya sa akin. Tapos na-realize ko.
Nag-connect.
Nag-search na, nag-aral na. Medyo magigets mo nga.
Mm-mm.
Na medyo hindi siya something na parang sobrang, yung grounding din siya. Kasi nga
Mhm.
parang ma-realize mo, yes, magical lahat.
Yes.
Pero hindi rin siya sobrang kakaiba na hindi kayo special. Hindi
Mhm.
ka may kanya-kanya lang tayong journey. Pero ang saya lang ma-experience nung yun nga, yung sense of knowing na yun. Ang hirap
Yes.
ma-explain, hirap ma-put into words,
Mhm.
pero you just experience it.
Experience. It's an experience.
So parang yung ano na yun, is no, may mga nangyari na nga, or nagkaroon ako ng attention na, ay, oo nga no, bakit ganun? Ba't nangyayari to? Na at the very point of it all is, when you find your will, or when you find your purpose, na pure will and pure purpose,
Mhm.
ang dami talagang magical na mangyayaring bagay
Yes.
sa paligid mo.
Mag-a-align bigla.
Ayun, mag-a-align para dun sa
Yeah.
purpose na yun. Kasi, ayun nga po guys, kung malinaw ko lang, yung pinag-usapan naming magic and esoteric, it's not something demonic, evil, or ano man.
Yeah.
It's always aligning to love.
Yes.
So parang akong hindi siya, baka inaakala niya yung mga satanista kami dito. No. So far from that.
Yes. It's really fun. Okay.
Mimi, kung punta naman tayo sa mga goals.
Sa mga?
Ano yung mga further goals mo? sa buhay?
Goals. Siguro I won't go to the specifics na because I don't
Gets.
I don't talk
You
about
want to protect the energy.
Yes, but siguro yung in general, like I just want to make sure my family is safe and happy. Kasi I have 2 siblings and I have my mom and my dad, and I want them. I know they're all healing from all stuff they need to and I honestly just want to be financially capable to take care of them and myself and my future family. Ganun. Yun lang. Yung peace of mind na dala nun sa akin, okay na ako. Like, I know, like, pag nagawa ko yun, na alam kong set for life na yung mga kapatid ko. Alam mo yun na, they just need to figure out what they wanna do. Bask in the things they love. I think, pwede akong mamatay ng tahimik, ganun. Yan. Yan.
Ano, makamatayan naman agad ang inisip.
Then, syempre, we're all gonna die.
Ako,
Like,
doon ako,
don't even-
kasi ako, actually yung death, kaya tinanong din sa akin ni Sir Luja, medyo naging OA yung reaction ko na. Kasi sa totoo lang constant fear ko yan.
Death.
Kasi kung lang, yung nanay ko maaga namatay.
Mm.
Tapos may usap-usapang curse daw yung lahi ng nanay ko na yun. Yung mga medyo may yung mga medyo may potential sa buhay, sila yung mga maagang kinukuha.
Okay.
Kasi 12 na magkakapatid yung nanay ko, yung parang lahat nung matatalino, yung mga man, may gano'n. So yung nanay ko, isa dun sa maagang So siya, constant fear siya sa akin. Sa totoo lang, as in, hindi siya yung parang kasi lahat ng tao takot mamatay. Pero yung sa akin, it's a kind of a deep-rooted issue rin sa akin. Kaya nga ako, grabe rin sa, kunyari, sa pag-workout, sa ganyan. Kasi it's my constant ano eh. So parang whenever I hear people na pwede na ako mamatay, wag. Pwede namang, ako gusto ko marinig. Kunyari magsasabi na, kunyari yung ako magawa ko yan. Ma-achieve ko to, pwede na ako maghanap ng bagong goal. Pero yung pag pwede na ako mamatay, wag naman, sayang naman yung buhay. Saya-saya mo buhay.
Siguro I say that. Just, parang point of measurement siya ng, kumbaga, yun yung main goal ko kasi. So, I guess it's just an expression. Of course, I don't wanna die. Pero parang, siguro as a person kasi na-reach ko na yung point na parang, natanggap ko na I could die anytime.
Anytime.
Because
Actually, napaka-importante.
Parang it's out of my control eh. You never know. I have batchmates na magugulat na lang ako.
Babalitaan
Wala
mo
na.
lang. Oh my God.
Doon ako nagigising din ako. Doon parang, I think, the upside of knowing that you're gonna die someday is that you go for what you want.
Yeah.
Because ang cliche, pero YOLO talaga.
Memento mori.
YOLO talaga. Like, parang, so you only have one life. So, why not experience the things
Actually,
you want to
yung
experience?
pagiging finite talaga ng buhay na natatapos siya. Pwede
Hirap
siya
siya
matapos kahit kailan. It's the very reason kung bakit may meaning yung buhay. Kasi
Yeah,
yun nga,
exactly.
I mean,
Because you don't have it forever.
no, na kailangan mo nang gawin lahat ng gusto mong gawin.
Yeah.
Kailangan mo. Pero gawin mo lahat ng gusto mong gawin, nang nire-respeto mo yung freedom ng iba. Pero,
Oo.
kumbaga, masusulit mo yung
Yeah.
buhay pag na-realize mo na ito lang yun. At sobrang fragile niya at di mo malalaman kung kailan siya.
Yeah.
Pero kahit alam ko yun, minsan, constant fear ko pa rin siya talaga. As in talagang, ang hassle nun. Kaya alam mo, bago ako mag-27, meron pa akong kaibigan na tinitis ako dyan sa 27 Club. Kasi talaga, kaya nung tag-28 ako, oh my God, thank you Lord.
Ang scary din it's really scary. It's scary. Kasi kahit outside forces, pwede mag-cause ng death mo eh. Like,
hindi mo talaga malalaman.
kahit ganong ingat mo eh. Like, may mga, yung ano ba yun, yung I don't know how he died, pero parang may part ng government ng Marikina na, like, healthy siya, jogging siya everyday, ganun. Healthy lifestyles, biglang, ganun. Bigla. As nakagulat. So parang, yung ma-realize mo talaga na, it's not your choice. So might as well live life the way you want to live it.
Totoo.
Yeah.
Napaka-liberating ng bagay na yun.
As for me, I want to achieve stuff. Yan. Yun ang papasaya sa akin. Kaya, yeah.
Saka yun din yung magandang, yung magandang napapag-usapan yung death. Kasi bihira mapag-usapan ng death.
Siya. It's a very sensitive.
It's a very sensitive topic. Pero, philosophically, napaka-importanting na i-deal mo yung realization ng mortality mo. Kasi talagang, may impact na yung buhay mo talaga on a big note kung marirealize mo na finite.
Yeah. May question ako.
Oh.
Do you think that you die every day?
Me?
Mm-hmm.
Hindi ko siya dinideal, pero hindi ko siya masyadong pinag-iisipan na I die every day. Pero, something in me
Something in you
dies and born every day. Parang may bago akong, may nililet go ako sa pagkatao ko.
Mm-hmm.
Meron akong nagiging na bago sa pagkatao ko. Everyday. Hindi man everyday, pero as I go through life, may nawawala sa akin, may nadadagdag sa akin. So parang, it's, yun nga kasi minsan ito rin na pag-usapang personality. Sometimes, dahil nga hinahanap natin sarili natin, pag sa tingin natin, nakilala na natin yung sarili natin. We cling on to that. We cling on, ito kasi ako. Ito ako.
Yeah.
Pero iba rin yung liberation na may bibigay sa'yo na I'm a constant work in progress.
Yes.
Na parang I will always change. Kung ano man yung paniniwala ako dati, kung ano man yung mga prinsipyo, ano man yung mga ginagawa ko dati, it doesn't mean hanggang ngayon. Yung pa rin yun. And at the same time, yun na parang iba rin yung freeing na mabuhay ka na lang, tapos kung ano yung resulta ng ginagawa mo, ito yun.
Yeah.
Ikaw?
Kaya nga parang hindi na applicable ngayon yung, for me, na pag sinasabay na ako nagbago ka na, so parang, is that a bad thing? Yeah, anyway, yun? Ako? Yeah, for sure. Parang, yun nga kasi journaling. Especially, parang for me, yung marking moments is when I get triggered. Kasi parang, when you get triggered, it says a lot about where you need healing, diba? So parang yun, I feel like every time I get triggered by something or someone, I just look into that. Tas yun,
pero
parang
yung experience na namamatay ka everyday.
Oo, yun. Yun, parang yun yun. For me, yung parang version ng sarili mo na, na iniiwanan mo na. Pero for some reason, it happens to me every time may full moon.
Oh, kasi
I don't know,
rebirth
maybe,
din, no?
maybe, inano ko rin yung sa utak ko na, for me kasi parang full moons are new beginnings, ganyan.
Yeah.
So parang I try to let go of things that don't serve me anymore. Ganyan. So constant siya, yun nga. Palagi rin ako namamatay. Kumbaga namamatay yung old self.
Namamatay at nabubuhay.
Yeah.
Actually, napaka-liberating.
Yeah.
Mimi, punta na tayo sa mga last few questions.
Okay.
Para sa'yo, Mimi, what is the meaning of life?
Oh, the meaning of life. It's love.
Yeah.
Love! Sarap-sarap magmahal.
ang galing. Nakakatawa. Ako totoo ako pagka, kasi lagi ko tinatanong yan. Tapos, actually, nung kailan din, nagkakaroon ng mga comments and reaction sa podcast ko na parang, kunyari, nung nakausap ko yung prof ko na philosopher. Parang ang simple daw ng mga tinatanong, ang simple nung napag-usapan. Parang it shows lack of critical thinking daw. Pero kasi sa totoo lang, ako as a person na ang dami ko na talagang philosophies na pinagdaanan. Ang dami kong dinip dive. Ang nakakatuwa sa reality, kunyari mag-zoom in ka, magiging komplikado yung mga simple na bagay.
Yeah.
Pero pag nag-zoom in ka ulit, babalik siya sa pagiging simple. Na yung mga cliche na naririnig mo na dati, that's really the point.
It makes sense.
Na kahit saan ka dumaan-daan na kung sino mang mga,
Yeah.
sila Schopenhauer, sila Friedrich Nietzsche, Marx.
Yeah.
Parang kahit pakomplikaduhin mo ng pakomplikaduhin, pero pagka nagkaroon ka talaga ng full attention at full experience sa buhay,
Yeah.
ma-realize mo nga na,
Yeah. It works.
cheesy, but love is really the answer.
Yeah.
Wala kang talo sa pagmamahal.
Oo.
Parang kung laging pagmamahal ang pinapairal mo, sobrang wala ka talagang talo.
Tsaka it heals people. Even alam mo, pag nanonood ako ng mga, yung napanood ko yung Joker, yung sobrang depressing na Joker movie. Tapos, yung iniisip ko lang the whole time, ba't di nyo na lang siya mahalin? Like, mahalin nyo na lang siya kasi he's gonna feel better pag minahal nyo siya. Pero, well, I can't say that that's true, you know. Like, sometimes, loving people is not enough
Totoo.
for them to heal. But it's still love because they need to find that love within themselves.
Yun, kasi,
so, love talaga. Love.
Kasi kung pupunta tayo sa love, the greatest form of love is love for oneself talaga. I mean, may extend mo lang yung love mo. Mamamahal mo lang yung ibang tao sa paligid mo. Kung mahal mo muna yung sarili mo.
Yeah, if you have it within you.
At yun din ang napansin ko.
Yeah.
Yung mga taong nahihirapan sila mahalin yung sarili nila, nahihirapan din sila magmahal or trumato ng iba. Napaka-importante.
Totoo.
Ayun naman, Mimi. If you have 3 rules to live by to live a good life, what are those?
Let go and let...
Rules to live a good life.
Okay. Be honest with yourself. Yan. Like, the amount of problems I could have avoided if I was just honest with myself. Even the ugly, you know. Admit it to yourself because that's how you move forward. Yan. Be honest. Ano ba? Always show up 100%. Or 101 nga eh. Ano ba? Always give 101% of yourself to what you do because that's how you see results quick.
Yeah.
Honestly, you see results fast when you give your best.
Totoo, no?
Yeah. Yan. When you give 101% and be consistent. Which is so hard.
Consistency,
It's so hard to do. It's so hard. Hanggang ngayon, I'm really bad at consistency and I'm trying to constantly work on it.
Kasi problema rin ng mga artist yan. Kasi nga ang artist, very inspirational lang klase ng stimulation sa utak. And you don't always get that inspiration and motivation. So para talagang to be consistent is it's a very struggle. Pero kailangan talaga eh. Oh.
Yes. So
Last rule.
Last rule. Focus on what you can control.
What?
Focus on what you can control. Yan. Super important. Because, may mga times din na, ang dami ko na sayang na oras because I keep obsessing on stuff I can control.
Yeah.
Tapos ang dami talaga na sayang na oras. Sobrang dami. Na nangihinayang ako honestly up to now. Pero it is what it is. But yan. There will always be things that are in your control. And just move with those. Yan lang.
Napaka-importante na. Kasi yun naman, pagka inown mo yung sarili mong buhay, naging responsible and accountable ka sa sarili mong buhay, magigets mo rin na may control ako sa lahat.
Yeah.
May control ako sa mga circumstances ko. Lagi ko mababago to. No matter how hard it is, merong bagay at bagay na makokontrol ka. Pwede mo ma-improve
Yes.
sa sarili mo. Mimi,
Yeah.
eto na. Last na. Magre-release ka ng bagong kanta.
Yes.
I-plug mo.
Yeah, so we're releasing a new song on August 1st. And it's called Sa Ating Dalawa. And I'm releasing it with under Offshore Music. My producer is Julian Dean. And yeah, I hope you guys can check it out. It will be out on all major streaming platforms. And yeah, it's very close to my heart because I feel like it's the first song that I became really honest about how I felt. About, alam mo yun, parang hindi ka nag-worry about how it would sound to others. Ganun, parang honest ka lang na, this is how I felt. Ganun. So,
Napaka-importante yung pag-create nung honest ka sa
Yes.
sarili mo, ba't mo siya ginagawa.
yeah.
Ano yung kunyari kami, anong pwede namin expect dun sa kanta?
I will be talking a lot about trauma bonds.
Trauma bonds. Okay.
Yes, and how, you can be stuck in that loop. Because the song is about that. It's about falling in love with your abuser. Ganun. Which is quite common for people who went through abuse. And yeah, hopefully I can help other people who are going through the same thing I went through. Not to hate on other people who did that to them, but it's just help them navigate healing.
Tsaka
And how
maramdaman
to-
din nila kasi pag may nag-express nun,
You feel
nararamdaman
heard
nila they're heard or seen.
Yeah.
Diba?
Yan.
Mimi,
Yeah.
maraming salamat
Thank
sa
you.
opportunity na to. Sarap ng kwentuhan.
Thank you.
Maraming salamat.
Thank you din. Nag-enjoy ako.
Ayos.
Amazing.